Yeah, but you know, if we go back to the most basic things, that's where the power is. So in the next section now, as I said, we're going to take a more in-depth look, because I like looking at the deepness, and I believe if you say something 3 times, 3 different ways, people hear you. So would you be able to?
Oh yeah, it's getting better.
So like I said, I like the science of things, and it's weird because growing up, that was never my kind of field. It was nothing I was interested in. But when I connect it to me, when I start asking, reduce stress, and I know that I'm wound up sometimes, and how can I help to relieve my stress? Okay, journaling. So that's one of the things. You know, you've got lots of things. You've got the vision board lady there. You know, Jeannie was talking about visualization earlier, and they all tie everything that we are going to say today. Everybody that you hear, it's all interconnected. They're not separate, right? And talking about this conversation is a part of it. And I know that when you get home, you'll be sitting there thinking, there's something different. So we're going mental and emotional, especially with so much mental health going on out there nowadays. You know, at the drop of a hat, you hear the conversation, mental health, mental health, mental health. Well, how do we help people? Because sometimes we feel powerless, and sometimes you don't even understand what's happening. You don't even. I'm a solution-based person. I love solutions, and it really troubles me when I can't say something that can support someone. And so, if I said to someone simple, have you tried journaling? Journaling, writing, paper, okay. The connection is that when you are writing, your brain is doing something as well. Yeah? Cognitive, it's happening differently. Yeah? Because you have to bring it from inside of you to bring it out on the paper.
Yes.
And then when you put it on the paper, vice versa, it goes back in.
Yeah.
So it's this triangular thing. Yeah? That's happening. And it's doing your well-being well, because you are reprogramming yourself, you are rewiring yourself. Yeah? Okay, so writing about worries or frustration helps clear mental clutter. Lowering cortisol. Now that's the killer inside of us, and that's creating a heart attack and the disease. Yeah? And calming the nervous system. And that's so important. Our nervous system, we are in fight-flight mode constantly. We live in a world where so much happens. We hear so much. If you are anyone connected to Jamaica, we're in a flight or flight mode right now concerning all of our people over there, because we don't know what's happening. And as calm as we look on the surface, we're underneath. You know I am. And I'd like to say I'm a relatively calm person, but maybe I might have to start journaling about, not just to get it out, because it's a lot. Because we're witnessing things that we have no control. We cannot create a solution for this. Yeah? And so we have to watch it, what's going on. So maybe that's something that we might be able to do, just to. Okay, so improves mood. Regular journaling, especially gratitude, back there again, gratitude journaling can increase optimism and overall life satisfaction. Enhances emotional regulation. It helps you name and process emotions rather than suppressing them. If you can name what's going on within you, you're saying, I'm feeling angry, instead of calling it another name. You know, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. No, you're pissed.
Yeah,
and you've got to tell the
say
truth.
what it is.
Yeah.
Say what
you
it
know,
is.
sometimes we give our feelings pretty names, and sometimes if we just tell the truth, we heal faster.
Say what it is, yeah.
Right? So, here we are. It helps name and process emotions rather than suppressing them, which strengthens self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Supports healing from trauma. That one there is really, really important. And for me, when I actually didn't understand what was going on in my head or myself, writing gave me clarity. Writing in a journal helped me say, okay, so that's my trigger point. And sometimes you don't even know what your trigger points are. And you're like, why did I react like that? Oh, shame. You know what I mean? You feel embarrassed because you've gone into a space. But if you understood that it was this particular thing that was your trigger point because it's touching your trauma. One day I had something with my friend tonight, and she said to me, "Look what's so fool." Ah, my gosh. She didn't even realize she hit my trigger. She touched my trauma. She didn't know. She's my friend. And it wasn't until I wrote in my journal that I realized she touched my trigger point. I was pissed, but I was like, I can't be fool. You know what I mean? But she didn't mean it in the sense that I took it. Yeah? But because I came from a space where I was told that I was a fool from a child, that you're stupid, she's innocently saying to me something, because you know sometimes the way we talk, we'll say, oh, don't be so stupid. You know what I mean? Just a throwaway comment. I know that it's not coming from a negative place. Yeah? But if you don't understand your trauma, your trigger points, right, you're walking around and people say things before you got nuclear. You know, you got nuclear. Simply because you're not recognizing the trauma within. And if you've not faced your trauma, you know, but expressive writing about painful or meaningful experiences for just 15 to 20 minutes. Nobody's asking you to write an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you know, a mini novel, right? It says over several days has been shown to help people integrate and release traumatic experiences.
Wow.
Now, who knew that journal writing could be so beneficial? Because we take it as a simple thing, like I said. And that's why I always love doing these workshops, especially young people, because they're like, they don't know nothing about journaling. They're very young.
Yeah.
You know, but when I give it to them like this, it's an eye-opener. So boost creativity and problem solving. Journaling frees the mind from internal noise, making it easier to see patterns and insights. Here we are again, back on the patterns, talking about keeping an eye on you. Right, here we go again. Another benefit. Who knew that journaling could have so many benefits? Right, physical health. Strengthens the immune function. Whoa. Some studies suggest expressive writing may improve immune response, possibly by reducing stress-related inflammation within your body. Now, who wouldn't want to benefit from, my shoulder hurt me, the back hurt me, the neck hurt me? Sometimes it's stress. Yeah, but we don't connect them. We just think, oh, my hips hurting, oh, my neck. Well, we're not connecting that. It's all about the mind.
Yeah.
That's where it starts from. Improve sleep. Yep, we've gone there before. Lowers blood pressure.
Life.
Now, such a big thing in our community. That one's not playing in our community.
Wow.
Yeah? Ever since I was a little child, I hear people, remember pressure? When I was growing up, they didn't even go in blood pressure.
Just your pressure. Yeah.
Everybody had pressure. You know what I mean? They got pressure. Tell me so you never hear that before. Okay. You know, more senior people. And
Yeah.
like, pressure.
Yeah.
You know? But lowers blood pressure. Lowers blood pressure because you're just released. You know, and honestly, a lot of people don't connect how powerful journaling is. And like I said at the top, you say, what is she going to be talking to me about? For how long? Journaling, a pen and a paper. See me? Hey, we got another one. And she keeps going. I told you I like science. I like to know what's going on. I want to know what's in it for you.
Yeah.
What is in it for you? You connecting it. You know what I mean? You're reading this, you're hearing this. Cognitive and personal growth. Now we're on another level. Enhances memory, which we already had in a previous thing, and comprehension. Reflective writing reinforces learning and self-understanding. Clarifies goals and values. Writing helps you define what truly matters and tracks your progress towards it. And that's very important if you're setting goals.
Yeah.
You know, I heard Jeannie say earlier that you kept journals for a period of time, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, 3 years, whatever, yeah? In order for you to look at it, you start from the small. And journaling is such an important thing to keep your eyes on your goal.
Right.
You know, whether that's weight loss, whether that's whatever, it's keeping your eyes on your goal.
Yeah.
So you're saying, I aim to do this by this particular time. And so keeping a journal, you're actually seeing what steps you're making towards your goals, your dreams, your vision, your hopes and your aspirations.
Yes.
Yeah? Yours. At the top it said, your journal was private. And remember that. That is such an important thing, and I can't emphasize that enough. Your journal is not for anybody else. It's not a share, show and tell. Yeah? So you can freely write.
Okay.
Even if you're not spelling good, you spell what you want in there. It's yours.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to talk to you about lots of different styles of journaling that can maybe help you along the journey. Yeah? But really, it is such, I can't emphasize enough today how important it is, whether you are using it physically, writing, or whether you're doing it digitally. It still matters. Okay, so it encourages you, okay, so you clarify your goal, encourage mindfulness. Mindfulness is really an important aspect. Mindfulness is when you slow the world down, shut it out, and come within yourself. Now, for me, mindfulness, when you are in stillness, that is when you can hear your inner voice, your God voice, your creator voice, whatever you want to call it. In stillness and mindfulness, when you're writing, especially, I'll give you the setup, because you really cannot be writing in a space like 20 women. You may find a corner, but I would always advise that you find somewhere special for yourself. You know, you matter, you are worthy, and you are deserving of taking that time out. It's investing in yourself. You know, and we're not taught to invest in ourselves. No. You know, maybe this kind of thing, but as in our mind, as in our life journey. We're not taught to invest in ourselves, and investing in your mind is the best investment you will ever make. So if you're thinking of starting, the benefits don't require much, even 10 to 15 minutes. A few times a week can make a difference. So no one's saying you need to be writing in your journal every single day. Yeah? I mean, I have done once a week before on a Sunday.